Hey y'all, welcome to our Georgia suburban homestead. Today we're going to walk you through the greenhouse and see what's come up in a week. You planted with me last weekend and look at what's going on the homestead. Join us. One way we tell whether we need to put a jacket on to go outside is to look out our windows at our beehives. And they come out and buzz around and poop and pee and do what they have to do when the temperatures are above 50. So according to our bee friends, I don't need a heavy coat, but I'm wearing one anyway. You topping off the hugelkultur bed, hon?
Yeah.
You're just into self-punishment. That's all it amounts to.
Well, you're going to make dirt, put it where it's supposed to go.
Dirt is dead, soil is alive. So is that dead or is that alive?
Oh, it's definitely alive. You know what, mycelium?
Oh, lots of mycelium. That's really nice. So we've got these bucket lids stacked up, and someone might say, gee, you guys are cluttery. But what happens is they collect water, and look who comes to appreciate the water. So it's kind of like a watering station. Unless you fall in and freeze yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a worm. Look at that, guys. Who needs to buy worm cast?
Just grow your own.
Just grow your own. Don't fall for the gimmicks. This says comfrey. I didn't plant it here. It showed up last year, and look, even came through the freezes. And a little patch of garlic. But we're going to have to raise this soil level. Go look at these straw bales. Now we cooked these bales already, or treated them with a high nitrogen fertilizer, and they are soft, or softer than they were. I might treat them a little bit more, make sure that decomposition gets going, and then they'll get spread out in here to try to raise the soil back up to the top. And we'll put a little bit of compost over the top of that with some azomite and do our planting. But this new poly house has really done well this year. Look, it's a citrus tree. Oh, begonia. Can you see the begonia through the plastic? That's happy. That's the 3-year-old begonia, Charlie, would you say? I want to show you what we do for rats. Need to clean this off a little bit, but this is a solar power rat deterrent. It gives out a high-pitched sound when the rats run in front of it. And we lost our entire crop last year to rats that like to nest here in the hugelkultur down at the bottom. They were digging up through the sides and feasting on anything that came up. And we got this off of Amazon. What did we pay for it? About $20? Huh?
Around 20.
Yeah, around $20, and we haven't had a problem since. We grow red vein sorrel as a bitter. And you just can't kill it. Just throw it in a bucket and ignore it. It'll be fine. Let's see what's going on in the greenhouse today. Cuban oregano is still saying it's a little cold, but it's surviving. I'm going to plant some of this in one of those hanging milk jug, upcycle milk jug people. Oh, look at the scented geranium. Oh, it smells so good. Pepper's hanging on. They'll drop all their leaves, but as you can see here, those leaves will come right back. It'll be lush and you'll never know that it went naked. It came through the winter and it'll be producing a lot sooner. I'm going to hand the camera to Charlie and we can look and see what came up that we planted together last Sunday, just 8 days ago. This is so much fun. Or calendula, or some say call them calendula. That's 100% there, something in each. There's a little one coming up here, a little one here. That's 100% germination there. In 1 week, on a 60 or 65 degree mat, hon.
66.2.
Right, alright, alright. This has the probe in it. French sorrel. Y'all, you won't believe what I do with this once it gets big enough to harvest and start cooking with. It is so delicious. I can't do French sorrel soup anymore because Charlie can't have dairy. I'm going to try it with oat milk this year, maybe, Charlie.
Yep.
Now that we found
That one's got stuff in it. And you got some dill up.
oh, just a little bit of dill. One dill, or actually there's some more breaking soil here.
Yep.
Again, y'all, we planted this 8 days ago. If you remember my seeding video. Borge is still asleep. Purple broccoli. That's good germination. And yes, I know I've got clusters, but what I'll do is I'll go flood this with water and lift the individual plants and replant the individual plants. I promise you they'll be okay. Nothing over here. Oh yeah.
Callaloo's up, yep.
Callaloo. If you're into Bahamian and Jamaican cooking, this is the type of spinach. And it's just starting to pop up. Can you see it?
Not real on this little bitty screen, but might be able to see it on full.
See? This is really a type of, I think, amaranth, isn't it, Charlie?
Yes.
But if you're into Jamaican food, it's wonderful stuff. And I said, we got one little baby up, and I know on two,
yes,
one here.
One right here.
Oh, so we've got 3 up. I did come in midweek and bottom water.
That may take a while.
What is that?
Poblano.
Oh,
Papalo.
Papalo's from Mexico. It likes a little bit warmer. So what I do to water is I lift the whole seed thing. See? I put water in the bottom. I don't top water, but I will come in with a chamomile mist. And mist it once they get just a teeny bit bigger, and it'll keep them from damping off. Oh, I see lots of green here.
Yep.
Mizuna. Oh, y'all, you gotta try Mizuna. If you like spicy greens, this is the best stuff. Stir fries, salads, sandwiches. It actually germinated 3 days after we planted it. So we planted it Sunday, and by Wednesday we had it peaking up. I'm real excited about Mizuna. It's so easy to grow. The basils are still asleep.
Yeah, it'll take a while for basils.
But one lone tomato deciding to germinate. Why just one, Daddy?
I don't know.
Oh, there might be some more coming. It's starting to poke up. Maybe we need to move them further under the lamp. Black Beauty. Up. One tomato. What is this? 1 tomato per pot. What do you see when you see this patch of green? Some people say, get out the Roundup. You come in our yard with Roundup, we'll chase you with a broom. This, when we look at this, we say dinner. There's chickweed and dead nettle. Both are edible. The chickweed is a great source of micronutrients and things that make your body feel great. It's a detox weed. And everywhere you see a pink flag is an echinacea. This is chickweed if you have never seen it before or you never realized you had it. And those little sweet little white blossoms coming. And just pick a few handfuls of this a couple of times a week and rinse it and chop it into your eggs, put it in salad, soup, sandwiches. It really is kind of good. It really is good. Want some, Daddy? We started these, this is brand new raised beds, doing the straw bale technique, and we did what's called cooking them. Started it last fall when we put this in, and we'll probably put it through another round of nitrogen fertilizer, high nitrogen fertilizer, before we put the soil. If you look at the soil, that's
Can't see it in the shade.
can't see.
Here.
Can you see this guy?
I ought to be able to see it over here.
This is soil that was in the bed that was there, that it'll go on top as compost on top of those once we get it cooked, because we want to see the bale itself loosening up. Oh, it is. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So we probably won't need to retreat it. But you can tell where we put the fertilizer and where we miss, because when you treat a straw bale with the high nitrogen fertilizer, the temperatures can go up to 130 degrees. Now, we did this during really cold weather, so it probably only reached 100, 110. But you can see where along the margin we didn't really put much of the fertilizer because it's growing the wheat straw. And instead of pulling that, you can juice it. I mean, why go to the Whole Foods or Sprout supermarket and buy a flat of it when you can do this and just pull it from your own wheat straw that you've been treating? And it's probably even better because it's had more natural environment. So that's what will be happening here.
Is that a dandelion?
That's a dandelion. We did a picture of our first dandelion of the year.
Maybe.
And we like whimsy.
Whimsy.
Did this break? Oh, no. Come on, Lisa, figure it out. That's a frog. And my favorite things are,
You can tell the bells are soft because
yeah, they just twist that in like a butter.
yeah, and it wants to fall over.
Looking at is the patio peach tree.
A little early. Still got a month or so to go. It's got a bunch of buds.
All sorts of buds. I guess I should come cut this off the rootstock.
Yep.
But it might be patio peach. It might, if it's actual patio peach, I'll probably leave it till they start to bloom. I wouldn't mind this whole pot being full of patio peach. Who am I to judge? You want to go look at your hazelnuts and see?
Yeah.
Mulberries budding out.
I don't see any. But the buds are coming out of the scales.
I need to do that and you see them better?
I can see them. You know, the camera won't focus that close. But the buds are expanding out of their scales. I don't know if it's going to focus on this or not. but may be a little early for that.
Well, the good news is the blueberries over here.
Starting to bud.
They're starting to bud, which means they all took. This is a new planting. When did you plant these for us? October?
Yeah. Looks like the almond tree's budding.
Almond trees budding out. Alright. We worked hard for that designation, y'all. Alright, this is going to be a reveal. I'll do it, babe. You can film unless you want to do it.
I hear you film and talk.
Alright, so we sell excess plants and rooted cuttings and things like that to support our gardening habit. It almost covers our expenses. And then I have an Etsy shop where I do handmade things. But we had customers ask, could I get citrus? And I have a friend who grows citrus, and she sent me about 60 trees last year. And one of my clients claimed that certain varieties will grow in the ground here in North Georgia. He says he doesn't protect his, but we're cuddling ours because we don't quite believe him. But let's look and see on the side here. I bet we can lift this side. This is just frost cloth. Let's see if I can get around the bush here. Oh, that tree looks good.
Yeah, that looks okay.
That one looks even better. And this are navel oranges, satsuma oranges. I think we have a grapefruit tree up on the end here. Let's see how Mr. Grapefruit's doing. Don't fall over.
A block. It looks okay.
It looks like it's complaining a little bit.
Yeah. Inner leaves look like they're sclerotic a little.
Well, this is an experiment. So if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. But we've got a yuzu in the backyard that's fine, and another satsuma looks fine. And they're under blankets. I think they call this a peach sorbet blueberry. It's busting out. It always gives us a huge amount of fruit. Had some little bit of frostbite. Now some people will come out and trim that. I wait till spring to take the frostbitten dead growth out.
Buds coming up.
And we leave the sticks and the some people would say the disorganized junk, dead things in the garden, because the birds collect a lot of that for nesting and building their nest material.
Part of staying certified too.
And it's part of keeping that wildlife certification. So there is method to our madness. Have I introduced you all to Hannibal? That's Hannibal. Hey Hannibal! Looks like you ate all your food. He's such a nice boy. He's been with me since he was the size of a... He's been with me since he was the size of a chicken egg. Isn't that right, Hannibal? That's our deck. Oh dear, there's a bee. This is our deck that Charlie built us. I teach here. We cook here. The couch he built. Life is good. Okay, it's a little bit cooler out here than we anticipated. The bees were lying, telling us it was warm enough to be out. Anyway, I'm cold. But that's all for today. I hope you learned something or saw something that teased you into wanting to ask a question or two. But thank you for your time. Please remember to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. and make a comment, ask a question. Until next time, see ya!